How is it going, everyone? My name is Valen DRV, back with another video. Again, we're playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. If you remember last video, if you're new here, we were working on this vehicle. We just did engine work on the last video, and now all we got left is suspension work. Suspension on here is pretty bad. We gotta change all this stuff. But this is a story van, or a story call for this van. As you can see, we've already done a lot of the engines, or pretty much everything for the engine. We just got to do that suspension work. We've already done that bonus tasks like the drain and all that, so all we got to do is just get the parts. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lift this up and get it taken care of. The motor in this was pretty much almost fully rebuilt. There's a lot of new stuff on it, but let's go ahead and get this done. So I know for sure we're gonna take these shocks off because they're bad. Let me go ahead and mark these, because if you highlight these right here, so you get all of the stuff that we actually need, like those and those. So all of these we gotta get wheel hub bearing and that one. So we've got pretty much all the suspension work on it labeled, and yeah, so you can see a lot of the back and a lot of the front is going to come off. So we're going to go ahead and take these rims off. Alright, so now we got all the wheels off and all that good stuff. Right now we're going to work on getting the suspension done. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through that, and we can get that off. believe we got everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a quick look just to make sure. I believe that I got everything. So it was a lot of stuff. Let me see if we can go over there. That looks good. Oh, that looks good. Say, oh, that looks good too. Alright. So all of our suspension is done, and we can go ahead and start buying the parts. Alright, I'll be back when I get the parts. I'm gonna put a price of the parts on the front or at the beginning of the screen, and we can do that. Alright. Alright, we're back. We have bought everything. We have 2 brake discs, ventilated brake discs, 4 brake pads, 2 front springs, the sway bar, 2 leaf springs, 4 leaf spring U-bolts, 2 rear axle knuckles, 2 shock absorbers, 8 rubber bushings, 4 small rubber bushings, and 2 wheel hub bearings. So I'll have the price on the screen earlier. And then if I count additional stuff, I might add them as well. Let's start with the back, because that side was it's a lot less to do and it's a lot easier. But let's go ahead and start adding our parts. Alright, it looks like we got the back going. Make sure everything right there is good. Yep. Alright, we got pretty much everything in the back going. Just double check our work just to make sure. It's always good to double check your stuff, because you know sometimes you'll be working too fast and you miss stuff. But everything up here looks, or back here looks good. And now it's time for the front. Let's get this going. Alright, and I believe we got everything in the front done. Let's just go ahead and double check our work just to make sure. But everything looks to be done. Let's go ahead and put these wheels on. Alright, it looks like we could go ahead and lower this down. Alright, so with everything looking good, let me calculate how much we spent in total, not counting some extra stuff, and then I'll get right back with you. Alright, so we have spent a grand total of $3,066 on this van. And it is all done. Let's see how much money we have gained from this. Alright, so we have got way more than $3,000. We went from 15 to 23, so yeah. I know this video is actually super quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and get our second vehicle out here. To my right, you can kind of already see it. We do have a Pagani Huayra, and it is in need of some transmission and a little bit of engine work. Very simple. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this into the shop. Alright, we have pulled it into the shop, and man, I must say, this is a very nice looking vehicle. I like the color scheme with the black and the lime. Looks really good. So like I was saying, we do have some transmission and a little bit of engine work. Say we got to get this gearbox out, and then we've got to replace the flywheel on it. So the flywheel on this is actually really bad. So let's go ahead and lift this up all the way and start working on the actual vehicle. I'm probably gonna fast forward through this, but we'll go ahead and start. Alright, so we have got the transmission ready to come out. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Transmission looks pretty rough. And then we also got to get this flywheel off, so let me go ahead and get rid of these parts real quick. Get the plate off, and then we can get to the flywheel. Alright, I will be right back. Let me go ahead and buy the transmission and the flywheel. Alright, we have the parts and everything. So with the transmission and the flywheel, we spent a total of $24.70. So let's go ahead and mount the transmission, or get the flywheel on first and then mount the transmission. Brand new flywheel. All this stuff is still good, so we have no problem in reusing it. Simple stuff, simple stuff. If only it was this easy taking a transmission out of an actual vehicle. The transmission alone, which is actually kind of cheap considering this is for like a V12, is only about, well, almost 2,000, but usually they sell for, or they're a lot more expensive. There's some nice rims too. Go ahead and get this axle on, and then get this wheel on. Alright, and I believe that is everything. So we're gonna go ahead and lower. It's from Wisconsin. That's crazy. We're gonna go ahead and lower this and close up the clamshell. That's what they call it, the clamshell. And we are going to send it on its way. Let's go ahead and lower this all the way down. Alright. Let's go ahead and send it off. See, this is exactly why you double check your work and don't get ahead of yourself, because you forget important things like a starter. That's kind of important. So now we're going to send this on its way back to its rightful owner. Unfortunately, I can't have it any longer. About $5,000, almost $6,000. That's good. That's good. And I think we're going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. By the way, we are going to go ahead and work on this for the next video. This Viper, we're going to go ahead and work on it. Just a sneak peek. It's got not too much to do, just a little bit of suspension work, but other than that, super easy. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.